Hello students, welcome to the SRBPS virtual classroom program. I am your biology educator Prerna Rathi. So okay students, let us start today's class. Today we will be starting a new chapter, life processes. In today's class I will be discussing about various criteria to consider an organism living or non-living, as well as nutrition in plants. Okay, so let us first start with the criteria. What criteria do we use to decide whether an organism is alive or not? Out of many important criteria, movement is one of the criteria, though the level or the amount of movement is absolutely different in different type of living organisms. For example, plants show movement only in the form of growth, whereas animals can show movement in the form of locomotion. Apart from that, there are certain other important criteria. For example, metabolism, where we use nutrition from outside and produce energy. Respiration, where we take in some gas, give out some gas and utilize it to produce energy in our body. Apart from that, reproduction is another important criteria that substantiates an organism as living or non-living. Now let us discuss what are life processes. So dear students, life process is any basic process in a living organism which is important for maintaining their life or supporting their life. So we are going to deal with four main processes in this chapter. One by one we will be discussing all of them. The first process that we will be discussing is nutrition. What do you mean by nutrition? Nutrition is the phenomena of taking food by an organism and utilizing the food to produce energy for other life processes. Next is respiration. Respiration is the process by which the food that is taken during nutrition is utilized, it is broken down, it is burnt, oxidized to produce energy. The next process is transportation. Various materials like broken down food, oxygen, water, waste products, hormones, etc. are transported throughout the body by the help of the transportation system of a body. Then there is excretion. Excretion means removal of waste. Though all these pictures substantiate the human systems, but during the study of all these systems, we'd be parallelly studying all these for plants as well. Fine. So let us start nutrition. As we've already discussed, what is nutrition? It is the process of taking food by an organism and utilizing that food in order to build the body, for the growth of the body, for energy or for various life processes. There are two modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. The autotrophic mode of nutrition refers to that mode of nutrition where the organism can prepare its own food using raw material from the environment. As you can see in the definition, simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water are present in the environment in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Yes, I know everybody is already guessing the process. It is photosynthesis. So by photosynthesis, plants will prepare their own food in the form of glucose. Next is heterotrophic nutrition. Once we discuss the types of nutrition, we will come back to photosynthesis. So no worries. Heterotrophic nutrition is that mode of nutrition where an organism is not able to prepare its own food and is dependent on other organisms, namely plants, for its food requirement. There are further subcategories in heterotrophic nutrition: saprophytic or saprotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition and holozoic mode of nutrition. Let us now discuss them one by one. What is saprophytic or saprotrophic nutrition? It is the mode of nutrition where the organisms get their food from dead and decaying organic matter, something that is dead. It can be dead plant or dead animal, so they would further break it down and absorb it inside their body. This type of nutrition is shown by mushrooms, yeast, etc., many other organisms. So they are basically decomposers. Okay. Then there is parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition में क्या होता है? पैरासाइट जो है एक लिविंग होस्ट से अपना फूड डिराइव करता है. पैरासिटिक न्यूट्रिशन में पैरासाइट कैन बी ऑफ टू टाइप्स. इट कैन ईदर बी an ectoparasite if it is on the surface of the body, for example lices or ticks that are found in animals, And if it is inside our body, then it is endoparasite. For example, tapeworm. Outside the body, ectoparasite, and inside the body, endoparasite. Fine. So let us now do Holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition can be seen from microscopic to humongous animals, all of us, you know, humongous as huge as a blue whale or an elephant, or human beings also. Holozoic mode of nutrition is the one where organism takes food directly from outside, digests it and absorbs it inside its body. The food is consumed as a whole. It is practiced in amoeba, paramecium, human beings, etc. Fine. I hope the concept of nutrition is clear to all. Now let us discuss the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, students, is the process by which the green parts of a plant, not the entire plant, mark my words, the green parts of a plant synthesize organic food in the form of carbohydrates using carbon dioxide and water molecules from the environment in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce glucose and oxygen. Understood, everybody? So the raw materials are carbon dioxide and water. They are used to produce glucose and oxygen. The basic process of photosynthesis has been further divided into three processes. The first process is absorption of sunlight. This is done by the chlorophyll present in the chloroplast of the mesophyll cells. I repeat, the absorption of sunlight is done by chlorophyll present in the chloroplast of mesophyll cells. Where are these mesophyll cells present? They are present in the leaves. They will absorb the sunlight. So now the plant has lots of energy. This energy is used in the second step, that is the light reaction, in order to break down water molecule into protons, electrons and oxygen. Oxygen thus formed is given out of the plant, and these protons are used for the third step, that is called the dark reaction, which is reduction of carbon dioxide. So step by step hydrogen is added to the carbon dioxide in order to convert it into glucose. Can you see this? This is the structure of stomata. Stomata are tiny pores which are present on the leaves, which are used for absorbing carbon dioxide, giving out oxygen as well. Let us now discuss the nutrition in animals. Let us start with nutrition in amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. It lives in water and it engulfs its food or ingests its food by processes, finger-like processes called pseudopodia. Can you see in this particular diagram? There is a food particle outside and the nucleus is present inside the amoeba. Now what will happen? The amoeba is going to increase its pseudopodia, this false feet-like structure, engulf the food and convert it into a food vacuole. Now inside this food vacuole, digestion will occur, absorption will occur, assimilation will occur, and then the waste will be given out by the process called egestion. Fine, I hope everybody has understood nutrition in amoeba. Let us now come to nutrition in human beings. Children, nutrition in human beings occurs by digestive system. The digestive system in humans consists of the alimentary canal, which we will be discussing, and various glands of the alimentary canal which produce enzymes to break down the food that is consumed into smaller absorbable pieces. Okay, the main organs of the digestive system are from the top mouth, esophagus or the food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and at the end anus. So let us now discuss this process in detail. Nutrition in human beings. Firstly, the ingestion organ, that is the mouth. Mouth is used for ingestion. During the process of ingestion, teeth and tongue help to masticate the food. That is, physical breakdown of food is done by the help of teeth and the tongue. Also, here are present the salivary glands. The salivary glands release saliva, which has enzyme called salivary amylase. Saliva is thoroughly mixed with the food and salivary amylase starts to break down starch into glucose right in the mouth. Understood? Now, from here, The food will further go down a pipe-like structure known as esophagus. This esophagus is commonly called the food pipe. The movement of food inside the esophagus is by a special type of motion called the peristaltic motion. By the peristaltic motion, the food will reach the stomach. Inside the stomach, there are gastric glands present in the lining of the stomach. These gastric glands help to release three things. One, HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, pepsinogen, an inactive enzyme, and mucus. Now let us discuss the function of all three one by one. Hydrochloric acid helps to activate pepsinogen and converts it into pepsin so that digestion of protein can start in stomach. Hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. In order to protect the lining of the stomach, mucus क्या करता है, पूरी stomach की inner lining पे एक layer बना देता है. ऐसा किस लिए ज़रूरी है? अगर हम खाना खाएंगे नहीं, yet खाने के बारे में सोचेंगे, there will be saliva in our mouth, and when that saliva reaches your stomach gets stimulated and releases hydrochloric acid. अगर आप खाना नहीं खाएंगे तो ये हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड क्या करेगा, स्टमक की लाइनिंग को रप्चर करने लग जाएगा, which will lead to formation of peptic ulcers. So mucus prevents the formation of peptic ulcers. Now from the stomach, the food reaches the first part of small intestine. When it goes to the first part of small intestine, it collects the secretion from two glands. One is the liver and second is pancreas. The liver secretes bile juice. The juice secreted by liver is known as bile juice, and the pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. Let us discuss one by one. The bile juice is important for emulsification of fats. It emulsifies the fats, that is, makes the fats digestible. Fine. Apart from that, the bile juice is also responsible for making the food alkaline. स्टमक से जो फूड एसिडिक होकर आया था उसको बाइल जूस क्या करेगा, बेसिक में कन्वर्ट कर देगा बिफोर इट रीचेस द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, सो दैट द वॉल ऑफ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन इज नॉट हार्म्ड. पैंक्रियाज रिलीज करेंगे पैंक्रियाटिक जूस. पैंक्रियाटिक जूस के कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं अमाइलेज, लाइपेज एंड प्रोटीएजेस. सो बेसिकली ये एंजाइम्स क्या करेंगे, ट्रिप्सिन जो एक प्रोटीएज है प्रोटीन्स को डाइजेस्ट करेगा, अमाइलेज कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स को डाइजेस्ट करेगा और लाइपेज फैट्स को डाइजेस्ट करेगा, एंड द फूड रीचेस द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. Final digestion of the food occurs in small intestine, which also shows the presence of villi. Finger-like projections called villi are present in the smallest intestine. इससे क्या होता है, area for absorption increase हो जाता है. और स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन के आसपास देर आर लाइक मिलियंस ऑफ ब्लड वेसल. अगर हम स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन को देखें तो वी कैन लिटरली से दैट दे आर बेथ्ड इन ब्लड, खून में नहाए हुए हैं. देर आर सो मेनी कैपिलरीज. जो खाना यहाँ डाइजेस्ट हो जाएगा इवेंचुअली विल बी अब्जॉर्ब्ड फ्रॉम द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. दिस इज कॉल्ड अब्जॉर्प्शन. Digestion is complete, absorption has begun. After absorption, now the bloodstream will take the food, the digested food, glucose में simplify हो गया, to the entire body, where each cell will absorb the food and assimilate. The fourth step is assimilation. During assimilation, energy is produced from that particular food. And at the end, the undigested waste material is given to the large intestine. So it travels through the large intestine. It is stored in the rectum and then it is given out through the anus. That's how process of digestion occurs. Okay, so there are basically 5 processes: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion, and all of them function along with certain glands. First are the salivary glands, then stomach में gastric glands, then liver, which is the largest gland of the body, then there is pancreas, which produces pancreatic juice. Apart from that, there are certain in the intestine also there are glandular cells which secrete intestinal juice, जो इवेंचुअली डाइजेशन प्रोसेस को कंप्लीट कर देते हैं. आई होप न्यूट्रिशन इज कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टूड बाय यू.
I hope you all understood what I taught. I suggest you all make complete use of the YouTube channel to enhance your learning. So until next time, goodbye, take care.